Welcome back to this week's Shift Summary. These short episodes are where we get the opportunity to revisit our previous show and really unpack so many of the significant shifts from their journey. Last week, we had an absolutely enlightening conversation with Mary Kay Kemper. Her energy was just radiating in that episode. Such a powerhouse in entrepreneurship. An amazing story. 11 years on Wall Street, discovering direct sales, then becoming over time a top leader now for over a decade, a team of over 12,000, 50 million a year in annual sales, huge milestones. And we really got a chance to see her unique ability to envision success, to trust the process, and really what has allowed her to achieve not just financial independence, but really a feeling of meaning and freedom in her life and her mission to show others how to get in a place on their own journey. Was an awesome episode. So many key moments. We talked about overcoming perceptions and fears, a lot about finding purpose and freedom, making the shift from victim to empowerment, and the signs we need to look to live in alignment. I loved our whole conversation on dreaming and creating a vision and how to overcome sometimes our self-limiting beliefs, the things that hold us back. We talked about energy a lot, of feeling I know we all experience, and how to get more of the positive energy in our life, and also how to cut the ties of sometimes the things that hold us back, diving into motivation, a lot of conversation on the inner work, right? The inner game, and the importance of authenticity and vulnerability today, weaving in and out of mindset tips and practical, tactical tips, and really some key themes that stood out to me that I want to cover on today's Shift Summary. 3 significant shifts that really were behind her remarkable success. Starting with shift number 1. For me, shift number 1 was this theme that just wove in and out of so much of that episode that really has to do with the push of expectations to the pull of purpose. And so many of us, we can relate to living up and chasing expectations of others. You know what I'm talking about. Expectations that we feel the pressure of who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do, and how following, trying to be who we think others want us to be, can lead us in a place where maybe we're comfortable, but we're left feeling like there must be more. And sometimes that comfortable place is the hardest place to be, because you're in a place where you don't need to make a shift. Your back isn't entirely against the wall, but there's this void. There's this yearning that you know there's more for you in this life. And we need to make the shift to start asking the real questions, the inner work. Who am I really? What do I really want? Why am I here? What am I meant for? Yeah, it's the stuff behind why we do what we do. And I love how Mary Kay gave us really practical guidance of how to pay attention to a physical feeling, how we know we're built with this inner compass, this internal navigation. And if we pay attention, we can feel when we're going the wrong way, when we're on a path not meant for us. And sometimes that may manifest itself in a physical feeling, whether it's feeling low energy or sad or down or even getting sick. And on the other side of the coin, we also know when we're going the direction that is meant for you. Signs of curiosity, that irk, as she described, all the way down to those moments you get physical chills in your body and obsession. You guys, that's not accident. That's not coincidence. That is the real you telling yourself the direction you are meant for. And Mary Kay did such an inspiring job saying, you got to pay attention. And if you pay attention, you're going to find yourself getting not pushed by the expectations of others, but really pulled in the direction of your purpose. So we have to make that shift. Pay attention to the signs and make sure you are living in alignment with why you are here. Shift number 2 was really this conversation of you don't need to settle, and we need to begin daring to dream, to expand our vision, to think big, something we all had at one point in our life when we were young, we were riding the clock. We had the ability to dream, to think big, to have a vision that was absolutely limitless. But so many of us, let's be honest, we fall down. And when we fall down, we start building a fear, walls around us that get to a point where so many stop the ability to really dream, to really think big. The minute we start having a vision, we have our own limiting conversation that put these barriers around us. And we need to unlock those walls. We need to believe it's possible. Mary Kay told us, if you can see it, you can be it. And we need to start by thinking beyond the limits of our current circumstances, beyond the limits that we're in today, and start with small aspirations. Start taking steps forward and build a momentum to envision the grand ambitions that are really possible for you. And she gave us 3 really simple, practical steps. Step number 1, start by shifting your environment, who you're surrounding yourself with, the input, like this conversation, like this show, that really encourages growth and self-discovery. It starts with truly shifting the environment around us. Number 2, she said, begin journaling, writing down your goals and your dreams and your aspirations. There is magic that happens when it goes from a thought or an intention into a pen or piece of paper, and you need to do the simple things. Do you have a journal? When was the last time you wrote in it? What happens if going into next year, 2024, one of the new habits you adopt is this right here, journaling consistently what it is that you want? And by doing that, you end up opening doors of opportunity. Step 3, she said, just allow. Give yourself the permission to receive and explore the opportunities that will begin to come your way when you do those things. We need to make the shift. And shift number 3, really around shifting your perspective from trying to change the entire world to focusing on just changing one person's world. Don't get trapped in the perpetual chase of more. She gave us the analogy on social media we can all relate to of it's like you start to post and you get 10 likes. And when you get 10 likes, you're wondering why you can't get 100. And then when you get to 100 likes, you're wondering why you can't get to 1,000. And likes is just a symbol or an analogy to so many things in our life, rooms or audiences. We're constantly chasing more. And when you get there, you're so focused on what's next. Stop and recognize it's not about you. It's about how you can make a positive difference in the lives of others. And understand that true impact is what drives meaningful income. And beyond just impact driving income, it's what drives meaning and fulfillment. And that begins not by trying to change everyone in the world, but by focusing on just impacting one person at a time. You can create a ripple that creates a positive change. And that's what this is about. How can you make a difference in one person's life today? Begin there. Change one person's world, one person at a time, and build the momentum to where you create an impact and the income will follow. Make the shift. So that is your challenge for the week. We have shifts to focus on. Let's get rid of this push of the expectations of others and let's tap into the physical feeling, that pull of purpose. Let's stop settling. And let's get back to dreaming, to thinking big, to expanding our vision and following the steps that Mary Kay gave us. Great goals going into a brand new year. And let's shift your perspective from trying to change the entire world and feeling let down when you don't get your next more, to realizing you, yes, you, right now in what you're doing and the path you're on, where you're at, you have the ability to change one person's world at a time. And by doing that, you create a ripple of impact that'll drive your income and your goals. Make the shifts. Direct Selling Shift, we're live every Monday. Listen to us on Apple, Spotify, Audible. Make sure you're leaving your ratings and reviews. It was so awesome to see that we're starting to pop up this show on so many of your most popular and top 10 lists. We appreciate the shares. Make sure you're following on your favorite platform. If you prefer to watch, you can catch the videos visual on YouTube. And as always, if you found value in today's episode and any of our episodes, please share the gift with others. And let's use these conversations to create inspired action and raise the lid across the channel. You can help us do that by sharing the show. Direct Selling Shift and DSN, we're live on all social platforms, putting out some fun content to make it easy to share. And as always, if you have great suggestions for topics, maybe even nominations for some inspiring guests, drop by directsellingshift.com and let us know right there. And I just want to close out this final episode of 2023 and wish all of you a very happy holiday season. I hope they're filled with joy. I hope they're filled with smiles. I hope they're filled with love. I hope you take time during this season to really ground yourself and reconnect with the relationships that are meaningful for you. I also hope you find some time to reflect on the last 12 months. I know it's cliche. New Year's is the time. We're about to turn the page into 2024. And you got to take the time to look back, rewind, and grab the moments from this year that fill you up, that you're going to bring that energy into a brand new year. Grab the wins and the victories and the triumphs and make sure you acknowledge and recognize and celebrate. Too often, as achievers, we're on to the next thing before we really give ourselves the feeling of accomplishment for how far you've come this year, what you've overcome this year, who you have become this year. And don't ignore the moments where you fell down. Don't ignore the challenging times. Don't ignore the struggles. Hey, 2023 was full of them for all of us in the world. Go back and look at them through a lens of gratitude. And what struggles and obstacles made you stronger over the last 12 months? What lessons are you bringing into a brand new year that are allowing you to be the best version of yourself today? Stronger, better, more experience. There is wisdom in those wounds. You went through all of that this year, just maybe for a reason. Just maybe to prepare you for what comes next. Just maybe all of it. The highs and the lows, the peaks and the valleys, the victories and the defeats. Maybe there's a greater plan. And maybe as we all turn the page into a brand new year, it's time to think bigger. It's time to create that dream. It's time to cast a bigger vision than you've ever casted before in a brand new year. That's not only my hope, that's my challenge for you before we turn the page to January 1st and bring on what's going to be an absolutely epic year, a winning season. I want you to make sure you set the intentions, the goals, the visions without limitation, like Mary Kay gave us in her episode, for what's going to be an absolutely phenomenal next 12 months. The best is yet to come. The next chapter is the best chapter. A winning season is ahead for you and your community and your team. And we're here with DSN and Direct Selling Shift to keep creating that environment and giving you the perspective, the shifts you need to continue to unlock your potential in business and in life. Happy holidays, happy 2023, and happy New Year. We'll see you guys in 2024. Until next time.